Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello people and welcome to Footy Judge Mo. Welcome to the stream before the Arsenal game, of course, and the Chelsea game later, of course. Manchester City play Real Madrid. A lot of talking points. A lot of people are saying, a lot of people have been tweeting this since yesterday. La Liga tax, Bundesliga tax. Now we have watched Lamine Yamal come to England and actually struggle against Newcastle. He is not what we think he is, blah, 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 all this talk. Arsenal are favorites on that side of the bracket to go to the final after watching Atletico Madrid and Barcelona yesterday. Chelsea with a golden opportunity against PSG. Man City to smash, actually, to smash Real Madrid, of course. Patrick has a say about the Arsenal run-in, of course. But big up everyone that is here. Big up everyone that joined us from the Football Terrace. Hit that like button, guys. If you guys are here, subscribe to the channel. If you are new, how's everyone doing? Patrick, move it away a little bit. You're at the edge of the screen. Yeah. How's everyone doing? You look good? You're muted. Everyone is muted, or is it me muted?
No, everyone is
fine.
Oh,
man. My mic was actually off. Can you believe it? Terrible.
Right. All right.
I'm good, man. Good opportunity tonight, man. I can't wait for this game. I think either way, whether the result is a win, loss, or draw.
What, bro, we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it, but it's ridiculous how the tune changed about Chelsea from like
I know
2 weeks ago to now. But I want to hear from Patrick first about the run-in. He texted me, was like, Mo, we got to talk about the Arsenal games. We got to talk about how easy it is for Arsenal now.
No. I was just pointing it out because a lot of Arsenal fans were yapping the whole week. Look at these ties. Other people are getting easy runs. I even tagged Terry. I was like, I thought you've been saying Man City and other teams have been getting easy runs. Why don't you comment? Then like a comment. No, those are not the comments we want. We want the exact same comments when City get Mansfield. These guys have got Mansfield, Wigan. Now, who did they get in this latest one?
Southampton.
You see, we can't even remember. And then they want to always say, oh, it's always unfair on us. So I'm saying, look, this year, Arsenal fans, you better collect one.
So they got it 1 year?
No.
And then you're complaining? So they have one year, it's a tough run, and then people are complaining. It's like, I hear you, it's an easy run. It's an easy run. But why are you complaining? Like they didn't get, like they got easy, yes, but why are people complaining? Why is Hamza crying? I don't understand.
Because the easy run thing is a joke. like at the end of the day, even for
No,
Man
it is
City,
not a joke. It's actually true.
No,
It's not a
listen,
joke.
even Man City would get runs that were favorable, then you always end up with a team that's difficult. It always happens. You
It's
know?
not true.
Yeah. But
Arsenal have an easier run. Arsenal have the easier side of the bracket in the Champions League.
in the Champions League, yeah, and those are the
Arsenal
easy run.
In the cup, you got Mansfield, you got Southampton. That's the easier. You got Liverpool. You played Newcastle. So yeah, Arsenal had the easier run. So
even everywhere we played tough teams.
So I don't understand what is your problem with this?
I want the same energy.
What do you mean the same energy? I'm giving you the same energy. I'm telling you, Arsenal have an easy run. How is that not the same energy? How is that not the same energy?
I want that brown envelope energy because that's what we've been told.
Like, how is that not the same energy? If I'm literally telling you, they got an easy run.
Do you know what's funny? This is why I love the world. The football gods are funny because if you look at the tweets, all the tweets were coming from Arsenal lovers and Arsenal fans. Oh, City will get City will get Port Vale. City will get Southampton. Guess what? It's the ones who were talking. I never heard anything from Chelsea fans. Chelsea fans did not say anything. They were just quiet. But Arsenal fans were yapping. I'm talking about you, Ika. And
hold on. Okay, leave Igala out of this. You don't think that there is? You don't think? And I'm gonna be honest. And I know you are the one who started this, guys. Because Patrick texted me, and Patrick is like, I want the same energy about Arsenal as people talking about City. He said he texted us.
I did.
Text us, which is fine. I agree with you. It's the same energy. You don't think, Patrick? You don't think that Arsenal are being spoken about negatively more than anyone else now?
No,
not really.
No. Mo, better than this, man.
Okay, so let me give you an example. People have. I was just on the football terrace, and I don't want to. I want to talk about the football, but listen, this is something that needs to be addressed. You open up everything on every social media, everything that on YouTube, every Talk Sports, Sky Sports, the podcasts. Arsenal boring. Arsenal are horrible to watch. They're a bad watch. They're cheats. Arsenal are the kings of dark arts. They are not worthy champions.
Spurs is going down.
Forget Spurs. They got a Chelsea. So John Obi Mikel is a Chelsea fan. The first question they asked him, what do you think about Arsenal cheating? They're like, you got a Chelsea guy out there and you're asking him about Arsenal. Right?
Yeah, but
it is.
But do you remember
Arsenal are spoken about bad.
Yeah, wasn't this happening to Man City when we were talking?
No, it wasn't.
Mo used to call us boring.
That's Mo.
Not the media. Even the media.
Not the media.
Saying.
I was being called crazy. I was being called crazy, bro. I was being called crazy by Patrick. I was being called crazy by chats, crazy by people that used to do shows with me. I used to be called that I hate City because I used to call them boring. I used to be called the guy that doesn't know football because I called the City games are boring. And I stand by it. Passing the ball 1,000 times is a boring thing to watch. It's genius that you make it work and you win. I would like to happen to my club, but it's boring. Is it boring to watch? Yes. It's a one-way game. It's a sideway passes. And for entertaining, it is very boring. Number two, I think that Arsenal games now are way more entertaining than the games that we used to watch for Liverpool and Manchester City. And I'm going to tell you why. Football was invented to be a competitive game, was invented for us to watch games, not knowing who's going to win the game. That is why football is exciting. Because if I tell you, I know who's going to win the game, you're going to go watch the goals and the highlights, and that's about it. You're going to watch the good moments, and that's about it. Why are you watching the games? If you go knowing that this team will win 3-4-0, why I would be sitting in front of the TV and watching the whole game? I can just watch the good bits because there's no excitement. Football is a sport that needs excitement, it might not need an end-to-end game, which is, yes, I would rather have the end-to-end games like in the 90s and 2000s, but I would rather even have the games that are the 1-0s and the 2-1s where I don't know, like even City this season, by the way, they are leaving teams in the game. That's why you watch City games not knowing what is going to happen. But imagine if you sit every day and you watch the game like Liverpool and Man City, Yeah, that's win, 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 win. 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5. Okay, what is good about this? Why don't we let them play each other and then decide who's gonna win the league? That's about it.
Do you know, I hear you, Mo, because me personally, I always felt like back in the day, City got too much glaze. So I felt like people, they love the style of football too much. But what I can sort of understand looking back now is like, you know, sometimes there's just, first of all, styles make fights. So what made City probably get so much love back in the day was their style of football was so dominant. It wasn't anything like we'd ever seen in English football before. Yep. See, like when Man United was dominant before as a club, it was dominant in the sense of like, what you would say about United is never count them out, even down to the last minute. You see that 4 minutes on the clock, right? You're thinking, oh gosh, they're going to stay in this game. With Man United, you can never, ever be sure if the game is over. That's what made them so great. With City, what made City great was they were so dominant. And it was the kind of dominance that we'd seen in Europe before, but always said it would never happen in England. And then it happened in England. So people have got their thing. Like with Chelsea, everybody knows with Chelsea, you never count Chelsea out. If you count Chelsea out completely, it's at your own peril. Because the minute you start sleeping on Chelsea, that's the moment they're going to wake right up and punch you square between the eyes. All right? And it's a dark day for you, long. Ask City about the Champions League final, yeah? So the thing is, everyone's got a style. Arsenal's style has never been to be dominant and then be bullies as well. They've never had that style. Now, does that mean they should stop this style now? No. But there needs to be an acknowledgement that this is a new thing for a lot of people. So of course people are going to be like, this, I don't like this. I'm not comfortable with this. But there's also, for me,
what does that mean? I'm not comfortable with this. What does that mean?
You're not comfortable with it in the same way people weren't comfortable when City first dominated. People weren't excited to see City dominate at the beginning. Not in the beginning. When they were losing and then they started winning, people at first were like counting Pep out. Then it was like, not sure they're going to do it. Not sure they're going to do it. And remember, they had bare years where they kept going out in like the round of 16 quarterfinals, and everybody started to be like, City will never do it. They'll never win the Champions League. They'll never be able to do this. That was City's thing. It was like, they're great, but they'll never be able to do it, right?
And people were happy. And people were happy then. You're right about that.
People were happy. And so then when they became really dominant, I think what happened is people didn't even necessarily just accept it. Not even that they didn't accept it. It's not like they loved it, but you had to accept it. Because it was so dominant, what else were you going to do? You actually could not like fight with them. Like both blow for blow, toe to toe, you could not war with Pep. We'd already seen it in Europe and then we were seeing it in England. The difference is, I think with Arsenal, I don't even think it's their fault. I just think we've seen this before. We've seen City be bullies. We've seen City be dominant. We've seen teams that bend the rules a little bit in your Man Uniteds or in your cities. We've already.
What does that mean? Bend the rules? Can you just explain that? What does that mean? Because this is what people talk about.
Listen, bend the rules. When I say bend the rules, I mean you're pushing the boundaries to the extremes. That's what I mean by bend the rules. I'm not saying you're cheating, but you're pushing the boundaries to the extreme. I.e., with the corners. I've been saying to Terry for months, yeah. The issue with the corners is not that people are saying Arsenal shouldn't be able to score from set pieces or they shouldn't be able to score from corners. The issue is for the last 3 or 4 years, we've seen Arsenal practice corners. Now, all credit to them. If you found the loophole, exploit it.
What is the loophole?
When I say a loophole, I mean nobody else is doing it and you find a way to do it. And
what does that mean? What is it? Is it crowding the goalkeeper?
Yes, okay. Crowding the goalkeeper, trying to put people in headlocks, you know, doing DDTs on your centre back, all this stuff. No. Listen to me. Everyone's doing it now. What we're seeing is a full circle moment. Listen to me. Let me finish. Everyone is doing it now. Listen to me. Let me finish.
Liverpool yesterday went to the extreme too.
Yes, don't get me wrong. I grew up playing football, yeah, non-league, all of that, yeah. Don't get me wrong. You always have a guy say, stand on the keeper. Yeah, so you put a bit of pressure on him. That's one thing. Everyone was doing that. Yes. It's another thing for everyone to have one long thrower. Yes. So everyone.
Yeah, but wait. One more thing. People are being respectful. Like, let me respect though. A bit respectful.
There's a certain way that everyone was doing it that you go, okay, cool. We know it's a bit of darker. But when you're talking about Arsenal, like I said, for the last 3 or 4 years, are literally practicing these styles of corners where you're gripsing man up. Listen, if that's how you're going to win, get your win. go get your win. But also, don't be upset if people are calling it out for what it is. It's not pretty. I said this last time. It's ugly. Nobody wants the consistency.
So Chelsea, but you know, Arsenal didn't start this.
I'm not saying they started it. I said if they've perfected it, keep on going. Yes, go get your brag. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Stoke City.
Don't be upset.
Stoke City used to do this.
Yes.
Stoke City used to do this. Yes.
We used to have plenty of teams. I said this last time. We used to have plenty of teams that when you go and play up north, your Newcastles, your Burnleys, your Stokes, all these teams, you had an awareness that you're in for a rough game. Certain tackles will be allowed. All these things. Yeah, there was acknowledgement, but everybody acknowledged it. We're in a time of football now, yeah, where we've just come out of Pep style football. We're out of that, yeah, because Klopp was like the antidote to that, and he kind of really he was the only one that could really unravel it. So now we're moving out of that era into organic football like we've seen before. That's why we're loving some of the long throws, we're loving some of the corner tactics, all this stuff, right? Which I still rate Arsenal for, by the way. You've got to get it done, but it doesn't mean it's not ugly.
Can I just tell you something? When you say long throw, it does my heading. You know, Arsenal haven't scored one goal from long throws, right?
No, I'm not saying them. I'm saying like your Brentfords and that. I'm saying your Brentfords.
So why is it Arsenal's fault?
No, I'm not saying it's Arsenal's fault, but can I also say, yeah, what I think is part of the issue for Arsenal is there's too many people trying to come out and defend. You don't need to defend them. Let them win the league. That's what people have been saying from the start.
What?
There's no need
to the other way around. There is so many people slagging it off. In every panel of 5 people, there is 4 slagging Arsenal off and 1 defending it.
Do you know what the thing is, though? Even when you lobby,
are you watching content?
I'm not saying that's not happening. I'm not saying that wasn't happening.
I love you, Quest.
It's not happening.
Quest.
Listen, man.
I'm telling you, the percentage is 80%.
No, because you know what the thing is? It's actually to the point, yeah, genuinely for me, where I'm like, I said this to Terry, it's giving fatigue, bro. It's actually becoming that Arsenal fatigue, bro. Because I said in a group chat the other day, I was saying in these like in a finger group chat, I was saying, actually at this point, yeah, I just want Pep out. Not because I don't love Pep. I love Pep, but I want Pep out so everyone can have the freedom to just do what they want. Yeah, because with Pep in this league, you're always at a disadvantage. Everybody is. That's facts. You're going to have to be near on perfect. And that perfection thing is actually killing people's expectation of their own team's results. So for me, I just want perfection gone. So if Arsenal has to be the one to break it, let Arsenal be the one to break it. I don't care. Genuinely. I would be happy to see Arsenal win the league if it means Pep goes. Genuine. And people
He's not going to go, though. He's not going to go.
I hope so. However, that being said, the defense of Arsenal is so fatiguing, bro. Because everybody knows why Arsenal were getting flamed up until this point. We all understand why they were getting corned and flamed, bro. It's because for 20 years you've been chasing the title, you haven't won it, and then in the last 3 years you've been in a position to win it and you haven't won it. And not only have you not won the league, you've also, for all the cussing that Chelsea get not being in a domestic final, haven't been in domestic final for 6 years. There's been no finals for 6 years. So the reason why Arsenal have been getting flamed is because of all of their failures. The only thing we're seeing now is that so many Arsenal voices online that what we're getting is, we don't like this, we don't like it, stop it. And now what other content creators are doing, I'm seeing a lot, is rushing to the defense of Arsenal, which I don't think you need to do.
Do you know why? Okay, I'm going to talk about myself. And it's great that you brought this up.
Yeah.
Before Ashraf talks, we got an Arsenal fan. We got an Arsenal fan. No. I want to actually. I love this. I want to talk about it. It's actually great. Yeah. This is. You know what? The football are coming. I'm actually going to talk about it. And Patrick always jokes with me. It's like, Mo, you defend Arsenal so much. There's 2 ways.
You know what I call you? I call you Judge Moteta.
Judge Moteta. I'm going to tell you guys why. It's people that say, "Oh, you hate City. You don't defend City as much, and you don't defend." There are 2 things why I do content about Arsenal often. Number 1, I'm a content creator. Arsenal are the most trending topic in the world right now in world football.
Of course.
Even in MLS, in America here, ESPN, MLS people, they're actually referencing Arsenal in Europe. Like the MLS. Why? Because currently, as it stands, the most relevant team in the world are Arsenal. You like it, you hate it, you don't like it, it doesn't matter. This is it. Right, in the world. Why? Because they are top of the league, top of the Champions League. And it's not only that, it's an unusual thing for that club. Let me give you an example. When Man City were top, gonna win the league or something in after the 3rd time, so the 4th time, that is a usual thing. That is not a talking point. It's not a strange thing. We only talk, the word news means it's something new, right? That's news. It's something new. If I wake up every day and tell you the sun is coming from the east, that is not news because this is every day it comes from the east, right? When it comes from the west, that is the news, right? So for me, Arsenal are the most trending topics for a reason. And people hate it, you like it, you don't like it. Why do people talk about Arsenal? Because number one, they got a massive fan base around the world, massive fan base around the world, everywhere. They are everywhere now. Actually now, currently, if I'm not mistaken, in America, Arsenal fan base have grown massively over the last 4 or 5 years. In Africa, they have. In the Middle East, they have, by the way. That's one. The number two, I'm a content creator. I don't make the news. I talk about the news, right? I talk about, you know what I mean? I'm not a journalist. I'm not Sky Sports or Talk Sport. So I'm a content creator. I talk about the games and I talk about what Talk Sport and Sky Sports talk about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I react to them.
Yeah.
And if you go to Sky Sports, if you go to Talk Sport, every other clip is, you talk about Spurs and Arsenal, and then City Arsenal, Liverpool Arsenal, Chelsea Arsenal, like all of this. So logically speaking, more likely 80% of the content will be about Arsenal. I remember last year when Liverpool were top of the league, in the summer transfer window, for example, because Isak and Ekitike and Wirtz were trending, I remember every other live show, it was about actually Liverpool. Me and Ashraf will tell you this. We used to go with Hussam. You remember Ashraf? Most of the shows were about Isak, weren't about Arsenal. They weren't Arsenal. We used to sit here for 2 hours, debate Isak transfer, Newcastle to Liverpool. It wasn't about Arsenal. Why? Because the most trending topic was Isak. So people need to understand this. So why do I defend Arsenal? Because if I wake up every day and I see Arsenal are boring, they play shit football, they're shit, and I believe they're lies. These are lies.
But why though? Why do you think they're lies? Because I don't mind you defending
because
it.
I think they're clickbaits. Because I think they're clickbaits.
See, because that's where I probably get tripped
I think
up.
actually talking shit about Arsenal, talking shit about Arsenal, rage bait Arsenal fans to the point that they click on the video to comment and actually defend them. Like if Sky Sports put a video out saying that Arsenal are shit, people will click on it to actually say, right? Why are you talking shit? It's clickbait. It's simple. It's easy.
But is that not the same for every
You know why it's easy? You know why it's easy as well? Clickbaiting Man City fans about the 115. Easiest thing to do is to clickbait Man City fans and rage bait them about the 115.
But I don't think that gets talked about as much in the media. Like I don't
because
think it gets
every time it's brought up, Quest. Every time it's Patrick will tell us.
Check the international holiday, international breaks,
bro.
International breaks.
Every time it's brought up, there's hundreds of thousands of views on these videos about the 115. Hundreds. I mean,
no, I
hundreds
agree.
of thousands of views.
More. Do you know that most of us don't really care when you're defending Arsenal? We're actually trying to rage bait you.
No, I know, but people when they ask me and I'm like, why? Because Wallah al-Azim, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm fasting now, right? I don't say stuff online I don't believe in. If I tell you that I can debate you, I might be wrong. I always tell Ashraf this. I always told Ashraf this. I believe in what I say, but I'm really open to be convinced otherwise. Like I'm someone who's very open to be convinced otherwise. Yeah. If we sit here and discuss that Arsenal are boring and you convince me that Arsenal are boring in some aspects, I'll be convinced. I'm not stubborn that much. What I don't tolerate is lies, for example. Let me give you something. When people talk about Arsenal are the kings of dark arts, and then Opta comes up saying that Arsenal are third from bottom from the teams that play football in terms of minutes. So basically you're rage baiting. When people say that Arsenal are the kings of wasting time, that's rage baiting. If Arsenal are third from the bottom, there is 16 teams or 17 teams that are worse than Arsenal in restarting the play in average.
Yeah, but I get that, right? But equally, because I've seen some of those articles in recent weeks, and I especially saw the one about the ball in play one. I thought there's a bit of artistic license someone's taken there. They've kind of made it seem like what they're saying is, oh, this person.
I'm going to give you an example now. Go ahead.
I'm pushing back on that, is because like earlier in the season, when Rafinha first took over, the media and bare content creators absolutely ran with this story from a guy called Kieran online. I can't remember his second name, but he's a journalist that covers Chelsea, where he was talking about how Rafinha was getting the squad to build Lego in order to build team rapport. Turns out, right, when you read the article, and I didn't even need to read the article because I tweeted Kieran, so I've followed him for a couple of years now. I tweeted that guy. I'll actually go and I can share my screen and pull it up. Tweeted him and said, why did you put this in the article if it's not true that that's what he's doing now? And he said, well, that's not what I meant to do. And so I followed it up by saying, well, you know that this article basically suggests that right now with the current squad, he's getting them to build Lego, to build rapport with each other. And he said, well, that wasn't my intention. But everybody was talking about it. Everybody was talking about it. So this is, for me, I don't think it is something where Arsenal are being picked on unfairly. I think this happens to all top teams. The only time I haven't seen this much.
Yeah, but it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous about Arsenal.
Yeah,
The only time
I want to get Ashraf to talk.
Yeah, but the only time I haven't seen it was with City, because the truth is most people couldn't find things to pin City with because they were just that good. It's only now they've got the
Guys, check this out. Check this out. See the stat that's spoken. So when Sky and BBC and everyone is talking about David Raya, but this is the real stat. How long do goalkeeper take to release the ball? David Raya, it third from bottom. David Raya on the screen.
But this is but even with this,
these are official. This is the Athletic. These are official stats.
But this is recent weeks they've been getting onto Raya.
Okay, but
it's not. They haven't been saying that since the start of the season. It's recent weeks.
Anyway, you get. Let's move on from this.
Been moving the ball a lot faster, so that's
yeah. But also in recent weeks, he's been holding on to it a lot longer, and we've seen things where he's been going down, getting up. I'm not.
The problem is you believe that it's
one game. It wasn't just one game.
That's what I'm saying. It is one game. It's Brighton.
It wasn't just one game. Like you act like I don't watch the Arsenal games, bro.
I promise you, he hasn't. Actually, in fact, since the Leeds game, or even before the Kairat Almaty, I don't know if you want to count, but yeah, Leeds game, he's been releasing the ball really quick, and there's no way his average got much better only after the Leeds match. This is what I'm trying to say. That one match and Hersler coming and making those comments about Raya holding the ball and all that stuff, the media ran away with that. So now when they report it, you and many other fans will read it and believe like, well, I saw it in the Brighton game. A manager brought it up. Sky Sports and TalkSport are mentioning it in an article, so it must have happened all season. No, it hasn't. It hasn't happened all season.
I'm not saying he's done it 36 out of 38 games.
He's not even done it in more than 5% of the games.
Bro, you ain't.
Quest, it is impossible. What you're saying, Quest, is impossible, Quest.
That's an average, right?
Okay,
that's an average, right?
If
so there's got to be
no. But that's the problem, Quest. If he's mid-table, I would say yes, you are right. If he's third from bottom, that means it's more likely that he hasn't done it all season rather than him being up and down. If you are third from bottom, that means there is 16 more goalkeepers that are higher than 17, higher than you. You got that's math. That's just math.
Let's say it's in the last. Let's say it was in the last 3 games. Yeah, that average is still going to be so low, isn't it? Even if it's
anyway. I know. Let me do this super. I want to move on to the football.
I wouldn't necessarily even be mad at that.
Since you said you haven't watched games, I'm helping you here. Except for the Brighton game, he hasn't done it in any other game.
I was saying I have watched games.
I want to... Let's actually talk about the football because the lineups for Arsenal are out. I want to talk about Chelsea and PSG as well and City and Real Madrid. Before we go to Arsenal, so here is saying Bodo, Sporting and Leverkusen ain't easy ask City. They are easier than playing Bayern Munich, PSG and Real Madrid. So,
and that Man City that played was horrible. That was a horrible Man City team.
These are Europa League and Conference League teams, by the way. Teams that Arsenal also laughed at Chelsea for winning the competition, getting by. But let's not talk about that.
Wait, what?
Didn't Bodo
repeat that again?
Bodo Glimt, Leverkusen, these are Europa League and Conference League teams.
Yeah? Europa League, not Conference League.
And Bodo Glimt, bro, stop.
Bodo Glimt were in the Europa League last year.
I know, that's what I'm saying, but they're that level.
No,
Bodo Glimt would be top end.
Have you watched Bodo Glimt against Atletico, Inter, and by the way, it wasn't luck that they won against us. By the way, they were just better than us and by a big margin.
But no way
against
you're going
City,
to try and
they
make
were-
out like Bodo Glimt are a tough
I'm not
team.
saying they are
They're
tough.
not,
Okay,
they're
so
not.
hold
I'm
on.
not saying
Okay,
they are,
hold on.
but-
No one's saying that. No one's saying this.
That's why I'm questioning it.
No one is saying this. I'm saying that Bodo Glimt this season has shown levels that they are not Europa League or Conference League. They have beaten City well. They have actually schooled us, right, in terms of tactics, in terms of plays, and they have played Atletico Madrid and beat them. Bodo Glimt, they aren't Real Madrid, they aren't Bayern Munich, they aren't PSG, they aren't even Chelsea, they aren't Barcelona, but it's not a Conference League level team this season. They aren't.
I was just saying that they would be a top of the tier, right? If they were a Conference League team, they would.
The
be a
level they are
top
playing this season,
level.
they would win Europa League comfortably, by the
I
way.
know, but then all those teams you mentioned, City, thingy, you're all bad this season.
Would you take this
You've
side
all
of that
shown
bracket?
so many bad games.
Let me read these guys. Big up Arsenal, the first team to practice a style of corners. Should we ban Brentford long throws practicing too? I don't know what that means, practicing a style of corners. Corners have always been practiced.
Always.
And
Yeah.
I've always been practiced, Fonzie. And also, I'm going to tell you something. You know how bad it is when someone is saying, I can't watch Declan Rice on the side raising his hand. I swear to God, I used to watch
That's
Abu Treka do it in 2002.
That's
I used
insane.
to watch
That's
in the
insane.
90s people raising their hand. Del Piero and Pirlo used to raise their hand before they take corners. It's a sign. Your right hand is a sign. Your left hand is a sign. Like
course.
each one is a sign. It's far post, near post. Like people used to do that all the time, Fonzie. You're
But
smarter
you know
than this,
that's not
Habib.
what it just is, though. You know what it just. But by the way, again,
No,
still,
it is what do
get
you
your
mean?
bag. Get
I
your
don't
bag.
understand.
When you say front post, back post, yeah, that's one thing in itself. That's
Uh-huh.
one thing. If you have
No, I
all
was
your
giving the
players-
example question.
I know,
People say,
I know.
Like, I can't watch Declan Rice raise his hand before
Yeah,
they
that's
take. It's a sign,
diabolical.
Habib. It's a sign. It's a sign.
Yeah. I get you. They
You
gotta
know,
get
it's a
their bag.
sign. We all know it's a sign.
Yeah.
But Alonso elbow was fair, yeah.
I don't
That's
even know.
Alonso on Bellerin.
Bayern. Yeah, when they beat
Was
us
that all
3-1.
right?
Oh, what, like 20, what's that, like 20?
2017.
Well, I mean, lots of unfair things happen. Like I said, it's ugly. I never said they shouldn't be doing it. But again, this is why I say it's fatigue. This Arsenal stuff gives me fatigue. Why are you lot crying, defending yourselves? Just win the title and you'll never have to do this ever again.
Do you know what the problem is, Quest?
Oh, why can't
If
you wait?
they-
I
if
don't
they
know.
don't win the title.
Boring. It's so
Quest,
boring.
why can't you say the opposite? You're saying, Arsenal fans, why are you defending yourself? So you're
I'm
literally
not
we're
saying don't
defending
defend
Arsenal.
yourselves.
Why can't you
I'm not
say
saying-
why are these other guys attacking Arsenal for no reason?
Do you know
'Cause
why?
we're not
Because at some point, yeah, even if you're in the playground saying, I'm getting bullied. All right, cool. Stand up for yourselves. But at some point, yeah, don't go to the flipping playground. Stop going around that guy. Like, the issue is you keep
opposite.
losing.
We go to the playground and we beat the living hell out of that bully.
All right, but then do it. But that's my point. Do it.
That is what we're doing, Quest.
Yeah, but while
The
you're
season
doing
is
it,
over.
don't do it and go, look, everybody, look. I'm beating him. Look. He beat me.
No.
Look.
If the
We don't
bully is
care.
bullying-
Just
no.
win it.
No, I'm sorry.
The hell?
I disagree. If the bully is bullying you in front of everyone, when I beat the living crap out of that bully, I will call
Why?
everyone to watch. That's what
Why?
it is. What do you mean?
Just do it and get it
Because
done and
that
get
is
out
what
of there.
social media is now.
Why do
That's
you
what
need to-
content creation is
No,
now.
but why do you need to signal to everybody what you're doing? Just do it and move on. I never saw this with City.
We
I never
are
see-
doing it.
I
but
never
the
saw
season is
City
not
go,
over.
give us respect. I never saw Liverpool say, give us respect. I never saw
Of
this
course they
with
did.
any
What
other
do you
team.
mean?
All right, man. See, this is what I mean. Anytime we pull up Arsenal, it gets back to this. And this is why I say this convo with Arsenal, I actually just want you lot to win it and be done and gone now. Because it's tiring, bro. It's tiring. It's actually jarring. Like, there is zero
Quest.
credentials that mean you
Quest,
should
you
gain
know why
any
you're-
more
you
respect
know
than
why
any other
what you're
team.
saying
It's
is-
jarring.
You know why what you're saying does not apply and it makes no sense. Because
Tell
even
me,
when
Ash.
we win the league, you know there are people who are gonna come out and say the same shit.
No, but I
Or
won't. Though. I'll give you respect.
most you might not. The narrative
Yeah.
still will be the case. They'll still be the most
So
boring
why
team.
should we
won it.
suffer,
They don't
Ash?
deserve- Your legend came out saying they don't deserve to win the title this season if they win it.
Yeah, I don't
Like,
know what
imagine-
he's on. He's on. A
Okay,
madness.
there you
Paul
go.
Scholes said that we shouldn't give the title to anyone.
Yeah, but we should be
Literally.
trusting anything Paul Scholes
West-
says. He's
West
moving
is
mad.
trying to-
Yeah,
West
but
is trying to do
these
the-
people have millions of
Kumbaya
followers. That's
thing,
Ashraf's point. Yeah,
No,
they
it's
have millions
not.
of
Yeah,
followers.
exactly.
Why is
You're,
it
no,
Kumbaya?
because you're trying to do the same thing of just win it and everyone will shut up. But they won't shut up though. When we win it, there'll be more criticism about.
All right, then you
No,
know.
listen.
But then Ash, do you know what you do then? You go and win it again and again and again
What?
and again, so they can't stop.
We can't
Yeah,
even celebrate
no,
the one
do
we
you
won. We
understand
have
what
to
I'm
go
saying?
next
You
season.
don't understand what I'm saying. You're triggered, bro. Deep
They're
what
gonna
I'm
say you have no
say.
Champions League.
Guys,
You know what they're gonna say?
just
You have no Champions League.
Of course, and
you.
then,
We'll win it the
but-
next season.
yes, but do you
That's
know
what
what?
you said.
But do you know what teams used to do back in the day when people used to say that? They'd be like, all right, we'll go win it again, and they went and won it again. Man United
That
winning
does not
3 in a
mean the
row.
conversation cannot happen. That
It-
does not
it
mean
will
we cannot
happen.
praise-
But what I'm saying is for you guys to stop having to feel like you have to keep proving this to these people. You don't have to prove nothing. You don't have to
We're
prove
not
anything.
proving. We are
You want
arguing
too
an
much.
illogical point. Quest,
Why are you arguing?
we're
You
not
ain't
proving
won.
anything.
Win
We're-
and
we're
then
gonna
argue.
prove it. We're going to prove it by winning the league. But I'm saying, if
And the
someone
Champions
says
League
something,
too.
if someone says something stupid, they're going to be
Cheeky.
called. They're going to be called on that in front of their stupid
What?
face.
Yeah,
That's
but
just
do you know
what's
what the
gonna
thing
happen.
is, Ash? People have been saying stupid things about clubs for years, bro.
And they have been called out for it. United
Where?
fans, when we used to tell them Fergie time, Fergie time, Fergie time, because I grew up with a lot of United fans,
Yeah,
they never
yeah, yeah.
said, well, guess what? We're going to win the league. It doesn't matter, really. No, they used to fight back. They used to say, you're calling,
Really?
we're not corrupt, we're not this, we're not that. That's normal. That's just what happens.
Oh, then
If you
let
attack-
me say my bad because I don't know about these online people. Maybe it's because I'm green. I'm new to this. I don't really know about these people defending like that. In my world, yeah, when I'm going to school and we're having these convos about our teams, we don't do this. It's just, yo, end of the season, we'll see you in May. What trophy you holding? Have you won the league? Have you won the Champions League? That's how we used to
Someone
do it.
super
We don't know about
chatted.
this.
Someone Quest. Let me do this. Someone super chatted the other day. One of the the best super chats I've seen in my life. I can't remember if it was here on Osam or on Terry channel. He said, "We do one validation. We just want genuine football conversations from the people that get paid to do football punditry."
But that is
which you won't get,
validation.
unfortunately.
That is
You're not gonna
that's a
get
kind of validation. People will start respecting you
That
enough
is
to
not
have faith in you.
validation, Quest.
It is. Listen to what I'm saying. It's a kind of validation when you say somebody is willing to respect you enough that they won't pull up all of the stuff that isn't about your football. That is a form of validation. When they stop trying to pick holes and find things to talk about that are outside of your football, that means they respect what you are doing on the pitch enough to say, listen, we have to give them, there's nothing else we can say. That's more what I mean. That's what I'm saying to Arsenal. Like, you lot ain't even got to defend yourselves. The trophy at the end of the season is going to say everything. And when you get that trophy, tell everyone to hold that.
But actually, that is not. So can I respond to this? You know, Hossam, Patrick would know this, and Ashraf would know this because we used to work with us. You remember Hossam last season, Patrick? He used to always say, everyone that keeps saying that Liverpool won the league because the league is weak, Hossam used to defend that every single show. You remember that, guys? When Hossam used to say that all the time, people stop telling me the league is weak. Stop. That's not Hossam wanting validation. That's Hossam wanting to have a debate or a conversation about it. It's not like that's not. By the way, it's not only Hossam. It's most of the Liverpool fans who are saying anyone that tells us that Liverpool won the league only because the others are bad, you're disingenuous. Can we discuss how good Liverpool are first
that's true,
before you give me like? Why are you giving me an asterisk, a caveat, like to my winning the league? Like, why are you not saying that Salah scored this, Liverpool were good? Right? We wonder why your first go-to argument is Liverpool won the league because the rest are bad, because the league is bad. They didn't like it, Liverpool fans, right? They didn't like it, right? Let me read this. Guys, hit the like button. We got 700 people in the house. Can we get the likes up to 300, guys? We got 170 likes only. Can we get to 300? He must be living under the rock. It's not defending. We're just calling out hypocrisy. We're being slandered now for the same things that we were criticized for. That's what people talk about. They were criticized for being soft. Now they're being criticized for being bullies.
That's quite funny though. I remember Arsenal, we used to, even City fans, we used to say, you guys are too soft. It's quite funny that things.
See, the funny thing is, I don't even know.
Now you cannot say it anymore, see?
This was a nasty agenda because this year was all because of Troy Deeney. And the thing is, it wasn't even just that the pundits were saying it. Troy Deeney played against them and said he had this feeling that they were soft. So it wasn't pundits that ran with it at first.
And they were soft. With all due respect, Arsenal were a soft team.
They might have been. I don't even know. Do you know
After,
what
with all due respect, the Arshavin, I remember that generation was soft.
Mustafa.
Like, I'll tell you, after Patrick Vieira and that generation, starting from 2007 or something, Arsenal were more of the bowlers, soft. They're soft. They don't have the dog in them. They didn't have it. They didn't have that dog in them. They were soft. They were a soft team. They were a soft team.
Can I ask you? Do you think that was more of like a football style issue or an Arsenal specific issue? Because I don't remember football being super physical in them years. I feel like
I remember. Well, I
I
disagree with you because I remember Etienne was very physical, right? I remember Michael Carrick was not soft. Makalili was not soft. Lampard wasn't a soft guy. Parksy's Song was not soft. Rooney was not soft. Tevez was not soft for Man United.
Was Alex Song soft or
Alex Song?
Maybe he's the only one. You got a point.
He's the only one. But you guys. Bro, I remember Ivanovic was fucking a dog on the pitch. Can you just get past Ivanovic without even getting?
Okay, yeah, fair.
You remember, bro? Your team was the definition of like these guys are dying on the pitch, but they are different than the current team. But they never had anger. The current team of Chelsea have anger issues. Quest Patrick, I like you, but those are agenda arguments. It sounds like your analysis is based on tweets and not on facts. How many Arsenal games did you watch?
Can I be honest?
Yeah, Patrick. Let Patrick. I want Patrick to respond.
Let me be honest with you. Since I've been a City fan, every criticism, it's an agenda. I have an agenda. I am not happy that I'm number 2. So of course I have an agenda. I will go and watch Judge Moore, who I know is doing the right thing, by the way. But my agenda won't allow me. So,
but I like Patrick. I like what Patrick said. Not every criticism, because me and Ashraf sat here and said Arsenal are boring in the beginning of the season. Arsenal are too in control of games that they are boring. They aren't a team that is. The games aren't as exciting. I said that many times, by the way, in the beginning of the season. Multiple times. I said the Arsenal are too in control of games. People think, it's an agenda. It's not an agenda. It's just an opinion.
More. Before I forget more. Do you remember when Arsenal first... I think actually you're going to agree with this. The fun thing is, all these are agendas. Do you remember when Arsenal were playing that expansive football and then they lost to City? And people say, you guys have to learn to calm down. You have to learn to relax and control. You're never going to win. You are never going to win. Never.
There is when I say that Arsenal are boring to watch, is like the games itself. It's not Arsenal's fault. The games itself. When there is a team, I always say that when there is a team that is in too much control of the game, I will praise them and I think it's fantastic for them. But for the neutral, it's a little bit boring. You know, it's a little bit boring. You want the back and forth. Like for example, Arsenal versus Brentford game. People labeled it boring. It was one of the most exciting games I've seen this season. Arsenal versus Wolves, I think as a neutral, that game was so exciting to watch. It's Arsenal Man United was so exciting. Like there is a lot of other games that Arsenal played that were so. By the way, I actually disagree with everyone that said the Brighton versus Arsenal game was so boring. The game when people close. Exactly 1-0 in minute 90. That is you're off your seat because you don't know what is going to happen. That's exciting.
Yeah, valid.
That's what excitement is about. You don't know the ending. If you know the ending of a movie, that is boring. If you are sitting at the edge of your seat for 90 minutes, not knowing what is going to happen next, that is what excitement is about, right?
Yeah.
And I believe that's why the Arsenal-Brighton game was very exciting. By the way, people said the Arsenal versus Chelsea game was boring, right? 3 set pieces. That game was exciting. That game was the end-to-end, so exciting, very close, back and forth. But people labeled it, this is the agenda. Mad. This is not objective analysis. If you watch the game and you don't look at the stats, that Chelsea game versus Arsenal was amazing. Both teams could have won it. Yep. It was very exciting, right? I know that the goals came from set pieces. Both teams had opportunities. They didn't materialize into chances, but they were opportunities. And I thought I was my edge of my seat until minute 90. You never knew what was going to happen. That's one of the most exciting games of the season. But all the media said, look at this stupid game.
I agree with you on that.
People said, I have that journalist, that Liverpool journalist. I have massive followers. He works for the Daily News or something. He said, I walked out of my living room because the game was boring. You're lying. It's a 2-1 game.
He said that,
you're lying.
They almost scored in the end as well. They almost scored twice.
You're lying. It's a 2-1 game. It's a London derby, 2-1 game. You're lying. The game was so exciting. I couldn't even, bro, my wife was talking to me and I couldn't go to help her, bro, because the game was it's 2-1. I could have missed a moment.
That's not okay.
See, no, that's where I agree with you. Actually, I do agree with you. Like, I remember reading that, and I was thinking, okay, that I fully see.
The lineup out. We're going to talk about the Champions League tonight.
I think serious criticism I'm actually okay with. Like when people say we're too conservative, we're not brave enough. I think that's completely fine. You're analyzing the game as it is. But I think just lies is for me.
And you score ugly goals sometimes.
Yeah, 100%. But then so do a lot of teams, to be fair. But yeah, I hear you.
City Carabao Cup run was much easier. I can't remember the run for the Carabao Cup.
I can get it up, to be fair.
What, this season?
Go ahead, Patrick. The most clickbaited fans are Arsenal and Man United. And Man United fans, clickbaits are... I can't wait for Man United. I can't wait to clickbait Man United fans. I can't wait to clickbait Man United fans. They're absolutely
I'm telling
fantastic.
you guys, everyone who thinks Arsenal fans are annoying, just wait till United get back to the top. And it will happen because football is cyclical. So it will happen.
Yeah.
When they get
100%.
back to the top, guys, you will see the most annoying fan base you can ever imagine. I promise you.
But I love it. I can't wait for it. More, because I think content will be the best ever when Man United go back. We have not lived in an era of content when Man United are good yet. Mo, you said City were boring, but Arsenal aren't. So fine. No, I just said that Arsenal are boring. Can you explain how Arsenal are not boring? I literally just said that Arsenal were boring. And by the way, Arsenal fans in the chat will attest to this, my friend. I've said multiple times with Ashraf here, who has been doing content with you for a while, that Arsenal are boring to watch.
Yeah.
Because they are too much in control. Quest's logic, me having to work late and not being able to eat is the same as kids in Palestine starving because we both got denied food.
What?
I don't understand this, JT.
Hey, I'm gonna just give you the benefit of the doubt and say, all right, bro, love.
I
don't know.
JT, I don't understand the logic here. Like, what
me
is
having
this?
to work late and not being able to eat is the same as. Is it what? Is it? I don't know,
JT. What is that?
But you also see, yeah, this is what I mean. Like,
big up Palestine, free Palestine,
just
every day of the week.
Your title, man. Win your title, man, and get out of there because then you don't need to say stuff like this.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Mo, the whole point of my message was sarcasm. Okay, I didn't get it because Quest said Arsenal are purposely practicing corners. Everyone else doesn't.
That's not what I said. That's not what you see. This is what I mean. This when I said about Arsenal's corners. Yeah. By the way, I'm saying you have to go and get your bag. It doesn't matter how you score your goals. Get your goals. My point is, Arsenal for the last 2 or 3 years have been practicing a certain style of set piece that has been giving them good results. Now it's ugly. It's ugly when you're beating up people, doing Royal Rumble and all that stuff. Yeah, it's ugly. However, if it works, you have to do it. I never said Arsenal should be told off for practicing corners. Everyone practices set piece, but there was a certain way Arsenal were doing the set piece to the point that everyone was acknowledging, oh, if Arsenal get a set piece, it's like getting a free kick. I'm okay with that. But
is this still a discussion? Okay, I'm gonna tell you, Sean. The people say I bring it up. I didn't bring it up. Is this still a discussion? Our football is crap, but none of us care as long as we win. Stop seeking validation, fellow Gooners. I'm gonna tell you why, Sean. It's a discussion because I woke up today and the most viral clip is John Open Mikel calling Arsenal cheats.
Mikel don't speak
again. I don't make the news. I just talk about them. The most viral clip today, guys, on the internet is John Obi Mikel calling Arsenal cheats.
Mad.
It's so Sean. That is what happens. Everyone do it the way Quest wants. He is tired.
This is. And by the way, this is my other point about Arsenal fans. You can't say anything about them without them becoming personal and getting emotional. It's crazy. This is why I'm saying it gives me so much fatigue dealing with these Arsenal fans. I'd rather you just win it and move on because it's actually to the point where they're becoming unreasonable. You're making valid critiques and saying things you see with your own eye. This has to be an agenda. Okay, fine. Let's not talk about Arsenal. Why don't you want to talk about Arsenal? We're the best in the league right now. Okay, so let's talk about Arsenal. Yeah, but make sure when you talk about Arsenal, you actually tell the truth and you only do statistics. Okay, bro, we're tired now. We're tired.
Chelsea fans and club entire identity in the modern era has been about little bro in Arsenal.
No,
not true. Not true.
You see what I'm
That's
saying?
not true. That's not true.
What are we doing? Look at the chat. Quest is a cloud. Quest is this. You lot can never just be upset. You always has to be. This is what I'm saying. Me, it don't affect my life, but it's jarring, bro.
Every time we won the league, rivals fan wanted us to care that they didn't care. And guess what? We still celebrated, not caring about who cared or not Arsenal. It is your turn. Just deal with it. Simple. I remember this, and I have to credit City fans for it. Everyone keeps saying we don't care about City, but yet you saying that is literally you care about City.
That was a big lie. That was a big lie.
Big lie. We don't
Even
care
when
about
they won
City
the
winning.
treble, they're like, oh, look, they won the treble, but nobody cares. What a small club. That's all BS, bro.
But you're talking about it. You keep talking about it.
Yeah,
you know, Ashraf, I remember. We don't care about City's treble. But Alex Ferguson's treble is better than Pep's treble. But Man City's treble team is better. But this is you caring about City. This is you literally bringing it up.
Where I saw that people were just waiting for a downfall. Last season, when we had that downfall, oh my God, the videos. Everybody was happy. They were happy. But
I'm going to tell you
anyway,
something. People care more about the downfall of City, which tells me that people care. Everyone keeps saying, I can't wait for Pep to leave the league.
Yeah.
It means that they care. And Pep is part of City now.
Yeah.
Arsenal, boring, equal team. I want to lose. That's what people think. People want Arsenal to lose. Listen, Arsenal have way more enemies than City this season. That's why Arsenal have, I'm going to tell you, 80% of the Man United fan base around the world hate Arsenal more than City just because of history. And we explained this many times. Football today is boring. We're just the best at it. It's different. It's not boring. It's just different. Maybe you are. Guys, let's get the likes up. Talking about Champions League tonight. Anyone seeing the lineup for Arsenal is out? It's expected lineup as it starts. Anyone seeing Leverkusen doing any madness today or something?
Madness like they slap us, or madness as they win?
Win.
They can win. I don't think they will, but they can win. I mean, it's their ground. It's Champions League night. Things can go crazy. We saw Galatasaray beat Liverpool yesterday, so it's not crazy to say.
You aren't Liverpool, but fine.
Yeah, and they're not Galatasaray. They're better than Galatasaray.
It's your analysis. Anything can happen in football, or objectively you think they have a good chance of beating them?
No, I think we have a very good chance of beating them home and away.
Okay.
I'm just saying, based on like, when I say anything can happen in football, this is not like Kairat Almaty can beat us. No, I mean like this is a good team, although they're not having a good season this year. Obviously, they lost a lot of their players as well, which is why if this was Leverkusen from last season, I would have said probably we don't win. We probably get a draw.
You know, I haven't watched Leverkusen one game this season. I don't know anything about them.
I've watched them a few times. They're not good, man. And they lost Wirtz, they lost Chaka, they lost their manager. Like it's just not. It's nowhere near the same team that won the league 2 seasons ago. It's nowhere near. Adel Rami is obviously not there anymore. I don't know if Patrick Schick is there. I don't think he's there.
Patrick Schick is out. He's injured. Actually, I just checked.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, Kofana is starting. I think we'll win. I think hopefully we'll win today. We have a very good team. We have a very good bench. I'm glad Martinelli's starting. I think he's a better winger than Trossard when it comes to Champions League games, just because he gets spaces to run. So let's see.
Are you favorites in that side of the draw? Before I go to Chelsea and City, are you favorites against 100%. Even a Barcelona or an Atletico Madrid?
Yeah, and I'm not saying it because of yesterday's result. I think people are overreacting with Barcelona's result yesterday, but I said it as soon as the draw was made. I think when Barcelona are an amazing team. They have the best attack in the world right now.
That high line, though. That high line.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing is, they will never change that high line. The question is, will we play the football that can exploit that high line? I hope Arteta is smart enough to do it. If he does, I don't see them stopping us. I really don't see them stopping us. I think we are the favorites there.
Yeah. What about the players I just don't think that Barcelona are actually going to get past Atletico Madrid yet, to be honest with you. They're not as strong as I think. I don't know why you think they are strong. Every time I'm watching Barcelona, they're all right, bro. Even
they're only weak in defense. That's it. They're not, and that's only because of the way they play. But actually,
you scored more goals than them in the Champions League.
Yeah, in the group stage, I agree. But they scored more goals than us overall in all competitions.
Yeah, but because that's La Liga tax. That's what people talk about La Liga tax.
What does La Liga tax mean? They play in La Liga. They're a La Liga team. What does that mean?
Yeah, I'm going to tell you what I mean. It's the spaces they're being given. I watched some Barcelona games in La Liga this season. The amount of spaces they have is something that I don't see often in the Premier League, apart from teams that play against Man City. Only Man City give you that much space because they're wide open.
Madrid didn't give them spaces and they lost 3-0. Like, let's not do that. They can open up low blocks as well because they have individuals that can open up low blocks with through balls. Like the goal they scored against Newcastle yesterday, I know it's a penalty, but not a lot of teams would play that risky through ball. You know, when teams are losing it's the last few seconds, they play it to the wings and then they cross it in. Barcelona is one of the only teams probably in the world that will say, we will take that risk and we will play it through the middle. Rafinha played that through ball and then Dani Olmo went for a cut-in. Like, that's something that not a lot of teams are brave enough to do or have enough creative enough players to do it. So I don't agree with that. I think they can do well against low blocks. I just think Hansi Flick, as good as a manager as he is, sometimes needs to stop being a bit stubborn and say, okay, in these kind of games, I'm going to play a bit differently. Maybe I'm going to counterattack a bit better. Or maybe I'm going to sit back more and hit teams on the press. Maybe I'm going to start different defenders. Maybe I don't start a high line this game. I don't think he has that flexibility.
I don't think he has that flexibility, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and look, to be fair, more often than not, he's won major trophies with this style. I get it. I completely get that. But I just think the way they play, they need an Arsenal backline to play that high line. They cannot play that backline with the guys they have, with Cancelo and Kubarsi and
Van de Ven.
Araujo, who's a disaster.
Yeah, they need Van de Ven.
Yeah, but even Van de Ven gets killed in one-on-ones. But I hear you.
You need someone. Basically, you need someone with pace who can recover, innit?
Yeah. With pace or someone who has the intelligence to like defend one-on-ones and cover space, which is why I said our backline. Like, these guys only have one defender who's smart enough to play that way, which is Koundé. Everyone else actually doesn't have, like, they're so disciplined when it comes to the high line and the way they do the offside traps. But there are times if one of them sleeps, it's all over. And in one-on-one situations, these guys are horrendous. You can probably roast any of the backline players.
Yesterday, if Gordon started, Newcastle will beat them by much.
Yeah, Patrick, the guy Elanga, the only player that has no brains more than Martinelli in the league is Elanga. And probably by a big margin. Bro, I actually believe this guy Elanga, God gifted everything for him as speed and maybe being a footballer. With all due respect, the guy is, football-wise, he has zero football IQ. Zilch football IQ.
Man.
Zero football IQ. Bro, Pedro Neto. No. I said that many times. At Forest, they give him the ball and ask him to run. That's it. At Newcastle, you need to think because it's different. You know, you're not 40% ball position. Obi have said far worse and irrelevant things about Arsenal. Go and watch his podcast, Obi-Wan, especially after the 2-1 loss to Arsenal. I've watched some of it.
Why would I watch it? That's a waste.
I don't even watch it, to be honest with you. I don't.
I like it. There's a lot of good clips to comment on.
Well, yeah. As a creator, yeah.
I like it.
I just watch it. I just think he says things. He's almost like too emotional sometimes. Sometimes he just says things and doesn't think it through.
You know. I know that John Mikel knows a lot of football because I used to watch him when he used to be. Ashraf would know this. John Mikel used to go on beIN Sports to be an.
I remember
sometimes on beIN Sports in Qatar. Because I'm beIN Sports, it's more about in the Arab world. Ashraf will tell you this. It's less about rivalry and more about actually football love and football analysis.
No
right?
banter, no laughing.
He knows football very well and he can actually be a very good pundit. He was amazing at beIN Sports. He was amazing at beIN Sports.
This is why I'm saying he's just a smart content creator. He's trying to build this platform. So he knows these things will get people to him. I'm telling you, bro, like these guys are not stupid. I know like they didn't go to school or they didn't go to college. I get that. But they're not stupid. Like they know how to sell. They know how to market their platform.
Joey Barton. Joey does the same thing. He knows he does that purposely.
Yeah, he's not an idiot, of course. But
Joey Barton is an idiot because Joey Barton was doing it even when he was playing football. There's a difference.
I want to actually moving on.
But wait, I just want to ask you guys. So, do you guys think Arsenal are favorites to win the Champions League?
Of course.
Do you think this bracket
50?
Of course. Not even favorites just to win. Sorry, maybe not favorites to win it, right? But I can't. Minimum final.
I can't say favorites, Ashraf, because Bayern. I have because you are in a different bracket than Bayern. So it's a one game in Budapest. You know what I mean? We don't know what is going to happen. Who's fit there? Who's not fit?
Scary as hell, bro.
And Bayern, now I've watched Bayern. I watched the game yesterday. I didn't watch a lot of Bayern this season, bro. Sam was saying it yesterday. Bayern is a team that would actually flip a rock and find the £100 million player under the rock that has come back from injury, Alphonso Davies. Bro, we forgot that Jamal Musiala is still in that squad.
Yes,
we forgot
bro.
that. And then yesterday, I'm watching the game and this guy coming on and he's like, what is this? I forgot that Alphonso Davies is still there. And Alphonso Davies is still there.
Bro,
You
they
know what?
put 6 past them and didn't even play Kane.
And yes, and I'm like, you watch it,
Yeah,
and
they
I
didn't play
think
Kane.
that
Wow.
the difference between Bayern and Arsenal. I wanted to move on because I wanted that in the last half an hour. I want to speak about City and Chelsea. Is Bayern are able to take a lot of risks. Like a player at Bayern would dribble once and it doesn't come off, and he would dribble again. He would take a shot, it would just be off, and then he would take the second shot. They would try a pass, it would get intercepted, they would do it again, right? The teams in the Premier League don't do this. City, by the way, Arsenal don't do this. They don't play that risk. They don't take 50-50s, right? For some whatever in the Bundesliga, because of the confidence you have. No, Ashraf. I'm gonna tell you.
I might be right.
Yes.
No, guys, let me give you. Maybe you'll change your mind. Because the difference between the top teams in the Bundesliga and La Liga and the bottom teams, the rest of the league, is massive. You have a leeway. You can take a lot of risks and still win the game. You can make mistakes and win the games. The confidence is building in you is way different. In the Premier League, you make one mistake, you get punished. Regardless of who you are.
Do that anyways. Again, you know why your argument falls? Because City and Liverpool have been doing it for the last 5 years. They've been taking risks. So that's
because the difference because the league was not as hard as now. In the Premier League now,
Liverpool
even
were doing
Pep.
it last season. Liverpool were doing it last season, and they were getting exploited in the counter. But because they had Van Dijk and Konate who were having incredible seasons, they were winning the ball back. Szoboszlai was winning the ball back. Gravenberch was he won.
Yeah, he was amazing. It was amazing. Yeah.
That's my point. It's not like we're saying, oh, in the other leagues, I get it. Yes, in the other leagues you have more.
And you know that 50%
error.
Yes,
but the Premier League teams have done it, though.
confident. Ashraf, anyone that played football, I know if you guys both play football. I know Patrick played football. So at that level, like even lower level, confidence is 30% of execution. Everyone knows that, and confidence are being built from winning. Confidence in coming out that dribble, the shot, the strike, the tackle, everything. And because these teams win a lot of games in their leagues, their confidence has skyrocketed. It's high. It's so high. They know Mikel Olise dribbling inside yesterday. It was with so ease because he's so confident of doing it, right? That it comes off all the time, right? Like I believe, I'm going to tell you, Lamine Yamal had a rough game yesterday. It's the last thing. He had a rough game yesterday. I promise you, Lamine Yamal wouldn't try the same things in the second leg because of he's a little bit less confidence in dribbling these Newcastle guys and Joao Linton and all this stuff. It happens.
I think second leg, because they're playing at home and because of their style, they'll be more inclined to try these things.
Yeah,
I think they'll be more inclined to try these things. We'll obviously look. It's 1 week away, so we'll see. But I just look. I hear what you're saying.
I still think Barcelona are going to go through without a shadow of a doubt. They're going to go through.
Yeah, same.
Like, they're going to go through.
We were going on a crazy run in the beginning. We could have improved on our style and played because we had that confidence. We were winning every single game.
You didn't.
We were beating Bayern.
Yeah,
exactly, that's something. It's managerial.
Yeah, but no, I disagree with you. The Premier League have no mercy. The Premier League are unforgiving. You cannot make mistakes. You make mistakes in the Premier League. Look at City, bro. City smothered Chelsea, and then it was like a couple of mistakes at 1-1. You dropped the fucking points.
But
right?
that happens every season more. City, when they won the league in 23-24, bottled it against Chelsea when they drew 4-4, bottled it at home when they drew 1-1, bottled it to Spurs at home when they drew 3-3, couldn't beat Liverpool home or away. That happens. Teams that win leagues make those mistakes. That's what I'm saying.
I don't think that Arsenal have no margin for error. You have no margin for error.
We did. You know why that's not true? Because before we played Liverpool and Forest, when we drew 0-0 in those 2 games, we had 7 points gap. So we did have a margin for error then. We were so comfortable. Everyone said, "Oh, bro, the league is done. They're gonna beat Liverpool. It's over now." We could have actually played with comfort because even if we lose, we're still fine. And we didn't. We played scared. We played conservative. That's what I'm saying. It's managerial, bro. It's not that. 100%. It's managerial.
Maybe. Let's go into Chelsea PSG.
You might be right, Ash.
How are you guys seeing the game, Chelsea PSG? For some of me, Hossam and Terry, we said 50-50. We think that PSG Chelsea can go through in this tie. We think that Chelsea actually have a good chance of going through. You disagree, Ashraf?
Definitely disagree. By the way, I don't agree with anyone who says PSG are favorites to win it. I don't think a treble winning team can win the Champions League again the next season if they don't seriously reinforce, and they haven't done that. They haven't reinforced. They got like Dro Fernandez from Barca and some other players who are obviously not good enough. But against Chelsea, look, I think it helps that second leg is at Chelsea. I think that definitely helps at the Stamford Bridge. But I just think there's too much difference in quality. And I know what Chelsea fans are going to say. We slapped them up in the finals. I don't think it's going to be the same.
Too much difference in quality?
Massive in every position. Except the defensive mid, obviously.
He's saying PSG are far better than Chelsea. It's not even a question.
Yeah.
How? They have no Dembele. They have no Dembele.
Hey, don't slip up now, Ash. Don't slip up now, Ash. Don't let them say you're running an agenda, bro.
They have no Dembele. They have no Dembele.
They have the best two fullbacks in the world. They have one of the best midfielders in the world. Another midfielder that everyone says is one of the best. I don't think he's one of the best, but he's quite good. They have Doué, who's incredible.
So why they aren't smoking teams in Liga then, if that is the case?
Yeah, I understand, but I don't. That's why I said they'll not win it this season. I don't think Chelsea is that barometer. I'm not even trying to disrespect Chelsea. If Chelsea do it, great. Like, it'll be nice to see Chelsea versus Liverpool in the quarterfinals. But if Liverpool make it,
oh wait, Ash don't believe what he's saying. You know. You know why?
I never
see how many times he did this. He don't believe what he's saying.
Bro, if you guys, anytime you guys see me go down, I have a box of tissues because I keep sneezing every freaking 10-15 minutes. I promise you, that's nothing to you. You miss Detective Quest got it wrong.
I misread.
I'm controlling myself to not sneeze. I swear to God. But
my YouTube body language course is.
Are we still? To be honest with you, that Caicedo. Guys, I still think that Caicedo would get in that PSG team. Yeah, I think he wouldn't make the same mistakes.
That's DM,
yeah, facts.
For Dembele, Dembele's fit. I just read it now.
Just because I think it's Europe, I just think they're a bit of a different beast in Europe. So I expect them to beat us. I would hope we'd put up a better fight than we did in Arsenal in a couple of games we played. But I also wouldn't be surprised if, like, the first leg we get blown away, and then second leg is a bit of a closer game. Yeah, because also people don't understand this, right? There's something about playing at Stamford Bridge and playing away from it. You can almost play two different Chelsea teams, and I don't know what it is. I know people have been saying for years something about the pitch means that the football is not as expansive. If you watch some of Chelsea's best games, it's actually when we're away from home, where we're able to play on big pitches where we can be fully expansive on the ball. I don't know why that is, but it's been that way for years. What you usually find is you go to Stamford Bridge and then it's cagey games where Chelsea are hitting them on the counter. Or like we I don't know, like you're nicking one here and there. It's never like we blow teams away at Stamford Bridge. So that's why I'm saying I wouldn't be surprised, because in Chelsea history, I've seen us do first legs where we've gone away.
I want to say, if Cole Palmer plays top of his game, I think he can win the game. Especially against the PSG that is wide open. Cole Palmer for me is the key for Chelsea. I said it. I said top 5. Cole Palmer is the key. I know that people will come back with the stats about Cole Palmer and oh my God, Chelsea lost more games with Cole Palmer. I think Cole Palmer is the key for this Chelsea team. He's the catalyst. It's not Enzo. It's not Neto. I think he is the guy that actually takes you over the line in these games, in my opinion. The
only thing that I think might be a slight equalizer is that obviously Rafinha's been playing against PSG for the last couple of years. So he might have a better insight into the way they play.
There's a problem with your...
Yeah. But I don't know.
But there is a problem at Chelsea that I think it might hurt you this game. It's the calmness. Chelsea team will go to this game riled up again. The likes of Fofana.
Red card,
You think so? We'll be right up.
I actually think that you have an anger issue.
I think we beat them, so I don't know why we would be riled up. I would assume that they would be.
You're playing away from home. PSG are the kings of, like, you pass the ball, move, pass the ball and move. I think they're gonna annoy the shit out of you today, right? And your players are the problem for you. Your Your three midfielders are already angry before the game starts. I think Andre Santos is angry. Enzo Fernandez is always angry.
Enzo and Caicedo, yeah.
Bro, Andre Santos, you play in Wrexham. Andre Santos was about to kick somebody and slap them because they just fouled him.
Yeah, but like 5
and
minutes
I'm like, it's crazy.
He broke his leg. Of course you're going to be angry.
No,
I don't think that's his demeanor.
No, that's not the one. Andre Santos is feeding off the energy of Enzo Fernandez and Moises Caicedo. He's just an angry guy. I don't know why your players are angry. I literally don't. Right? I can just put it for young players like but they're not young anymore. Enzo's not young. Okay, I get it. He's 25. Most of the Argentinian players are just angry. We know that. McAllister is always angry. Romero is always angry. Lisandro Martin is always angry.
Yeah,
most of the Argentinian Garnacho's, yeah, but the wingers are different. The wingers, but the midfield and back line, we all remember that Otamendi is always angry. Minute 1, Otamendi is trying to kill someone on the pitch, like for some whatever reason. He's angry from minute 1. We know that. And I think they are feeding off the energy of it. Joao Pedro is in the form of his life.
That's the only reason why, again, I think it could be different, because I think when we've seen these red cards as well, it's also been moments where we're struggling. I think the last couple of games, we've had 2 games back to back probably where we've been a bit better, where we haven't struggled as much. So I don't know. I hear what you're saying, to be fair, Mo. I just don't know because also when we played them last, it was, who's that guy that he tucks in his shirt? John Neves. Yeah, he's the one who's pulling Correa's hair. I wouldn't be surprised if
anybody that slap Correa or pull his hair or punch him, they did it because Correa went and pushed him out of nowhere just to wind him up.
That's what we're doing?
Yeah, Correa is one of the biggest wind-ups in football now, currently in the world.
So you're saying...
I hate the guy on the pitch. I don't know the guy personally.
Wait, what?
He is one of the most annoying players in football world right now, Correa. He's a wind-up.
But what's that got to do with João Neves losing his cool?
Because he made him lose his... it's not justifying João Neves pulling his hair. I'm not justifying it. I'm saying he didn't do it for no reason. He didn't go out of nowhere, went to Correa and just pulled it. He didn't do it out of nowhere.
But surely then they've got
anyone who comes and sings Hala, Kuku Kukureya, Haaland, Trembia, bro, you are a wind up. Like you're intentionally doing.
Wait, whoa, what are we doing?
Which is fine, by the way. No, Ben White is a wind up, and I like that in some places. I like it when it's an R team. Bernardo Silva is a wind up. Like that's fine. These things happen, man.
But what are we doing here? Like, it's different. There's one thing to say, okay, he's a wind up. That I can agree with to some degree. You pulling someone's hair off the ball, brother, you've lost the plot. Do you know how mad that is to do that?
Do you think? I know it's. I'm just. Do you think someone going to push someone off the ball without even being close is that? Is that okay?
Loads of players do that.
No.
I watch Declan Rice against Spurs.
Nobody does this. Nobody does this.
Okay, you can run that agenda. That's cool. I watched Declan Rice this season against Spurs run Xavi Simons run over Xavi Simons and then scream in his face.
There was something between them. There's a ball that happened.
Declan Rice was doing peacemaker. Why do you think that is?
It's something happening. Kukurea would wind people. Kukurea would wind you up, would try to push you, would do something. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm fasting. Kukurea is that guy who actually barks at the linesman because he's afraid to actually talk to the actual center referee. He does it every single game from minute 1. He does it because he doesn't want to talk to the center referee because he's winding up the linesman as well for some whatever reason. Anyway, I don't want to go on about Kukurea. Kukurea, I would love to have him on my team. I just hate to watch the guy. And he is someone who is. Listen,
Bernardo Silva does it.
Bernardo Silva does the same shit.
Gabriel does it.
We had even worse than this. Gabriel is not a wind up like this. It's not. It's not Kukurea.
Everybody does it, bro. Everybody does it. I've seen Haaland throw a ball at the back of Gabriel's head.
He's not a wind up like this.
Goal, bro.
PSG are pound for pound the most overrated team in the world. Zobriani starts. Doué and Kvara have been dross all season. No goalkeeper. All you need to do is speed 1 hour in PSG.
How do you know
Twitter.
Zabarnia starts? The lineups are not out yet. The lineups are not out yet. Where did you get Zabarnia starts?
Maybe.
I'm not sure.
He's thinking.
I didn't see
people are saying it's going to be Neves, Vitinha, and Zaire Emery starts. That's what people are saying.
Yeah, that's a really good midfield. It's a fantastic.
Yeah,
I expect that.
it's a very good midfield. I think Chelsea midfield can actually battle that. The problem with Chelsea's midfield is Enzo Fernandez. He's slow in defense. That's the problem. City, though.
Yeah.
City. How is a game against City are going to slap Real Madrid?
So lucky, bro.
Nah, that's
How
not
are they
true,
lucky?
though. You know
How are
what?
they
Because they are
lucky?
playing against no Bellingham, no Rodrigo, no Mbappe, no Carreras. What are you on about, bro?
Leverkusen.
I'm talking about the injuries they
How
have.
is this guy
wait,
talking about luck? When they,
Forget
if they go
Mourinho,
past
guys,
Real Madrid,
guys.
if they go
I'm-
past Real
I
Madrid, they're gonna have to
understand.
pass
I'm
Bayern
saying
Munich. If
they
they go past
caught
Bayern Munich, they're gonna have to
life.
PSG.
I'm,
They're gonna have to play Liverpool in the
I'm
cup.
trying to
What are
say
you
they
on
caught
about,
life
bro?
playing one of the best teams in not one of them. Sorry, I take that back. Disrespect. The best team in Champions League history, and they're playing them without 3 of their best 4 players. And they're starting left back.
And
Do you guys watch Man City? Man City are actually worse when a team has injuries. Why are you worse?
What?
and they're in their worst period
You
ever.
beat Madrid in the group stage when there was also no Mbappe that game. What do you want about?
I'm saying Man City as a team, we perform worse when the other team has injuries. It's quite funny. It happens.
But you didn't against Madrid, though, right? That's what I'm trying to say. When the best player or the second best player in the world, the best striker in the world was missing at the Santiago Bernabeu, you ended up winning.
I don't
The
know,
same
man.
guy
I
who
just,
knocked
I
you guys
just,
out last year.
I'm looking at that Madrid squad. It still looks good to me. Still looks
No, it
good.
doesn't. What?
So
They
who's
have
out?
Trent,
You said Bellingham's
Yep.
out.
Bellingham, Rodrigo,
I'm gonna tell you the lineup.
Carreras,
Quest.
and Mbappe.
I can tell Quest the lineup. It's Mendy, Rudiger, Asensio, Trent, Camavinga, Tchouameni, Arda Güler, Valverde, Vinicius, Garcia. That is a predicted lineup because they have nobody else. The only change that can happen is Garcia out, Brahim Diaz in. That's the only change that can happen. And they can play with That's a horrific lineup against City.
No,
bro.
Wait, Vinicius. The 2 people I don't like in that Real Madrid team, I tell you now, is I don't
Asensio.
like Asensio. He's horrid, rubbish, terrible.
And Trent,
And Mendy has been dog shit.
Trent's just not been good. Trent's not a great defender.
yeah,
for
he's gonna
me.
get
Not
roasted. Honestly, if City are smart, they'll say, "Oh, Trent, Doku starts." That's
Doku,
what they should
Doku,
Yeah.
Doku,
Yeah.
all day, Doku, bro.
Yeah, but
Wait,
you,
Doku.
do you know what though? We say that. But previously, when we've seen City and Liverpool games, we've very rarely seen high-scoring games. So even when Trent has been the defender, it's not like he's been getting like lambasted or like.
No,
He's
but
been
we saw
being-
Doku.
However,
roast.
Ashraf, you think City's high
and
line?
Liverpool have Van Dijk and Konate. Madrid don't have that. They have Courtois, fair enough, but then Liverpool have Alisson. They don't have. Trent doesn't have Konate and Van Dijk to bail him out.
He
when
has
Doku
2
roasts
bozos
him-
that don't know how to cover behind him.
Rudiger,
When Doku
Rudiger,
roasts-
have you watched Rudiger?
This season,
Bro,
he's
he's
a bit
gone.
off. He's a bit off.
He's
He's a
gone.
bit off.
When Doku roasts,
He's gone. It's
Trent
finished.
came-
It's finished. It's finished.
Last
Rudiger's
season-
finished.
Last season, if Doku roasted Trent, Konate came to rescue. Van Dijk came to rescue. Now there's no
But-
rescue. Now you roast
But
Trent. It's over.
logically,
I'll
Ashraf,
give you that.
logically speaking, do you think the high line? I've watched Real Madrid when they play against high line teams. Vinicius exploit that. Do you think that they can do that
Not by
against them?
himself. Every single game Madrid have done well against City, they've also had Rodrigo at least do something, or Bellingham as well. Now having no Rodrigo and no Bellingham, plus no Mbappe, one of the best in the world, bruh, it's attacking wise. If they somehow need to manage to win and hope Mbappe comes back for the second leg, which I don't even think will happen, to be fair.
If they get a
They'll be-
draw, it's
I
not
think they'll
that
be
bad.
better off without him, slightly. Like sometimes
I
when you
hope
just
so. I hope so. I just
if you
see
don't
it.
funnel football through one player, a team in general plays.
To be
better.
honest with you, I need City to go through. I want to see City versus, but I don't want to fucking see Real Madrid versus Bayern Munich, bro. I want to see Pep versus
Bayern will be fire, bro. Bayern could whip the living daylights out of them, though. That'll be
Out of
that'll be
who?
Out of City. That'll be a good game.
You definitely want City to go through because you want more games for them before they play you. You want them to play.
I generally don't. I actually think that makes. I mean, I know Bernardo Silva said this a few years ago, and I actually agree with that. I think when you play high-level games a lot over the end of the season, it actually helps you. It builds momentum. Bro, imagine
Fatigue,
City-
Ashraf. They have fatigue,
I
Ashraf.
understand the fatigue, which is why Pep has to use the squad correctly. But if he does, which he has done in the past, you playing Madrid or Chelsea or not Chelsea, sorry, and they are going to play Chelsea soon, or Bayern or these kind of teams, and then going and playing West Ham in the Premier League, you play that game with a lot more confidence, and you play that game probably a lot better. This is why Bernardo Silva said a few years ago they actually play better when they have these congested fixtures and these high level games. So
And
You
our
think
football
you
is
think you German chicken wing? You think your favorites versus Bayern Munich? Second leg is at Allianz
You might
Arena.
knock them out, but you're
Are
not
you
favorites.
mad, bro?
Not favorites, man. Why not?
And this is what I was going to say about Arsenal. Sorry, just the last thing on Arsenal is, while I'm happy we got that bracket, don't get me wrong, I danced around when I saw the bracket. But the one con, if there is a con to having that bracket, is you remember when Liverpool played the Champions League final against Real Madrid, and they had Villarreal, they had Inter Milan, who weren't that great. When they made it to the
14.
final, when they made it to the final, they played a Madrid that played every single massive team on their way to the final. And they had to make crazy comebacks and fight tooth and nail. And by that final, you could see Madrid were on it. I know Liverpool were a much better team that game. Fair enough, and Courtois saved them. But that's what happens when you come in that form. I think if we play like a Bayern in the final, let's say Bayern went through, forget Bayern. Let's say Bayern get knocked out. Let's say we play PSG or Man City in the final. They're coming in a lot more fired up and a lot more prepared, in my opinion. That's the only con.
I agree.
I don't know. I just feel like today's game is not easy. People want to make it easy, but it's not.
Yeah,
It's so simple for you. You don't understand. It's easy for you. However, I will still cook you. I'll still cook you if you lose, even though I said it's so easy for you.
No, but there's a slight warning to Madrid. If they come in and play how they've been playing, they might be in trouble.
Yeah.
Because if they come in and play how they're playing, they might be in trouble.
I think it's gonna be tight, man.
You think it's gonna be tight?
Yeah,
Mbappe there, bro. It would have been Bellingham. If Mbappe was there, Bellingham not being there is fine. You can make up for it. Mbappe not being there is mental, bro.
Well, we'll see how it goes. But listen, I want to thank everyone that joins. Actually, I am doing a watch along for Arsenal versus Bayern Leverkusen. Actually,
Nice.
because I'm actually the guys. This will take you to because it's one game, and I only like to watch all the games. So this is gonna take you to my watch along for Arsenal versus Bayern Leverkusen. Entertaining, not boring. This is gonna be a very, very entertaining game. We'll see how it goes. So go, guys. Go and support. Go there. I don't do a lot of watch-alongs, of course, for anybody else other than Inter. So go and support. I'm gonna give it a shot. Hit that like button. People subscribe.
Wait. Inter is out.
We're playing Man United tomorrow in
the
couch Champions League. Actually,
European Charity Shield.
The winner will face AC Milan in the semi-final in the couch Champions League next week. That's what's gonna happen. Juventus, AC Milan play each other and we're playing them. You know the drill.
In Dubai.
Hit that like button, people. Subscribe. This will take the watch along. Go there. Appreciate the support from everyone. We can get to 300 likes, guys, before we end the show. I will see you guys there. And we're out of here, people.